How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi. Welcome to another episode of Tier Talk. Guys, we're going to have a great discussion today. People have told me to check out this video that is done by, let me just make sure I get the name of the channel correctly, so bear with me. The channel is called Phone Calls from Prisons. If you guys get a chance, please check out this channel. Hopefully I get to use this for fair use. I see other channels doing it. This has a video of the phone call or the visit between Wade Wilson and his father 2 days after the capture of Wade Wilson. It's discovered that the father, after Wade Wilson confessed to the father made a phone call. I believe it was on October 8th, basically letting the authorities know where the whereabouts were, which basically they took Wade Wilson in. The police, and now we're at a point now where the father's going to visit him for the first time. I thought we could break down this video a little bit. There's a couple things that I see that I thought was unique, and I think working in corrections, you know, you're always question motives behind people. So after 22 years and change, I think we do have some expertise that has just come naturally just through our own experience, and I think this would be a fun little discussion we can have. And granted, guys, sort of hindsight bias, we know a lot of things now, so we can add that into reviewing the video, things that we didn't know back in 2019. I am no way an expert on this case, but I still think it will be a fun breakdown. I'm going to stop the video a few times at the beginning, let the middle play out a little bit, and then a couple of spots in the end. But I think there were some interesting things I would like to point out just in behavior, maybe areas where they're minimized, where they try to minimize responsibility, and maybe even, remember, the father and Wade Wilson, they're aware that these are being recorded. So at any time, what's being said here could be used against them. So I think the father's very careful in how he requests for certain things. Like one thing the father's trying to resolve here is the whereabouts of Ruiz's body. Now, he doesn't outright say that. He's going to say, we got to fix it. So he's very careful because you never know what is going to happen later on in the trial, at least from this perspective here from 2019. I think there was no doubt in their mind here that this person was definitely going to be getting a life sentence, but maybe it's the death penalty that they could be concerned about. So they're very careful in what they say. And if you also notice a couple of things here too, the father is quick to try to get accountability from his son so he can get the whereabouts of Ruiz, but he also makes note that this really wasn't his son, that it was the drugs or maybe his mental health. And again, that could be just a way to minimize some level of accountability in case these are ever used later in court. But we'll go through that. So let me go ahead and play the video, the first couple minutes, couple seconds. Now, real quick, for those that are not familiar with this case, Wade Wilson was convicted of the 2018 murders of Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz in Cape Coral, Florida. Melton was found dead in her apartment on October 7, 2018, and Ruiz's body was discovered on October 10, 2018. Wilson, a known offender with criminal history, was quickly identified as the prime suspect in both killings, which were believed to be motivated by a mixture of personal and emotional factors. We even talk about mental health and possible drugs. And he was later arrested and charged with both murders. Additionally, Wilson's father, that's the gentleman you see there, called the police after a disturbing phone confession from Wade, which helped authorities in their investigation. You can see right now the father is motivated. I mean, he's kind of leaned back a little bit. He's got his hand over his head. So he's ready. He's concentrated. He's ready to take a step forward and attack whatever plan he has. And there is a level of confidence there because he's spread out. So he definitely, I believe, has a plan. And he is ready to go ahead and get this moving. I think his main objective right now is to get the son to release or talk to the detectives to release the whereabouts of Ruiz. And then maybe that can help him connect with lawyers who can help. Hopefully, I think ultimately what the father's trying to do is to get him possibly just a life sentence. Because I think at this point here, before this goes to trial, I'm sure there's going to be talks of death penalty. I'm sure there was talks of death penalty. I'm not an expert on this case. I'm just more focused on the video. But watch, as soon as Wade Wilson comes in, he snaps up, gets ready to act. So he's waiting. He's antsy. You can see his fingers moving. He's waiting. And the moment he gets near that phone, he's up and he's ready. He wants to get this started. Okay, I want you to notice one more thing, and then I'll let it play out. The first exchange they have is going to be about him reporting Wade to the police. There's going to be Wade's going to try to want to play into some guilt, maybe kind of get the father to feel guilty for having to turn him in. Now, granted, the father does not allow that to happen, and you'll see that. The father never answers his question when he mentions it. He kind of makes it, kind of like gives it back to him. Well, what do you think? And how does that make you feel? It's great. The father is in total control of this dialogue. I think the father knew if he answered yes, it would start a heated argument where the son could probably try to pull the guilt. And this sets the context for me when seeing Wade. Right now, the first thing he's worried about is, why am I here, Dad? Why'd you basically snitch on me? And the father's not willing to give him that. He's not going to play the guilt card on me. So the father quickly, without saying he turned him in, it's implicit, it's there. The father just kind of reverses it back. Because remember, the person asking questions is the one that's in control. So the father's not here to be interrogated. The father's going right back, well, what do you think? And how does that make you feel? So right off the bat, you got Wade Wilson trying to minimize, some level of accountability of why he's there by pushing on his father, saying, why'd you call on me? Why did you report me? And him not answering it, but he kind of alludes to it.
What's up, Dad? What's up, boy? Hey, man, how you doing? All right. You okay? Yeah, not really. I found out how they found me. Right. What happened? No, I'm saying I found out how they found me when they arrested me. Right. They said you. They said they found me because you. What they said? They said you called them. Yeah. Did you? What do you think? Yeah. 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 All right. How do you feel about that? Yeah. Yeah. I do too. Yeah. Do you understand that? No. Why? Because why would you want me here? You know I'm going to be here. Wait, son, listen to me. Listen to me.
So I want you guys to look at that, guys. So not only do you have the shift of accountability, and the father's doing great, putting the questions right back in, not allowing him to be interrogated, but Wade says, why'd you put me here? And the father goes right back. So you got Wade right off the bat. It's not even about what he's done. It has nothing to do with that. It's more of, why did you put me here? And he knows why. He knows why. And remember, the moment he called his father, you got accomplice after the fact. You got a lot of things that he could have pushed his father into the moment he made that call. So there could be a lot of reasons why the father could have called. One could be to protect himself in case they try to question that dialogue later on. Or it could be because maybe this is the best place for his son, for the public and for him. So, I mean, what you have here is, again, someone that's not willing to deal with what he's done, because he knows that's probably the first thing the father's is going to want to confront. So he tries to shift it right away by making it about why he is there. And I love what the father did. The father this isn't about right or wrong. You're not pulling the family card and all this other shit. Basically, you listen to me. You're saying you were mad. Now you listen to me. So I thought this was a great control from the father. Didn't allow the Wade Wilson to try to play in some levels of guilt.
I waited as long as I waited to come see you for a reason. Yeah. Because I needed your mind to clear out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I love you more than anything on this fucking earth. Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you, son. You broke my heart. Yeah. When I say that to you, I don't mean that to make you feel like shit. But I say that to you because you came from me. Yeah. And I feel like now, I've been fighting for you for years.
Now remember, guys, I think what's getting to the father now is the father also feels some level of responsibility what happened to the two girls. So he's very careful of what he says because he doesn't want to throw out anything that could make the son admit to any level of guilt. So he's still protective of his son, because as you can see, he said, well, you came from me. And I think that statement is pretty much, you know, it connects him to that responsibility of what happened to the girls. But then he also pulls back from that, because I think he's concerned about what would happen if he winds up having his son admit. So he's very, very careful in what he says at this point, because he's taking, he wants to make sure that he doesn't put his, I think that death penalty is what's probably on the back of their mind. I think that they're concerned that eventually this could go into a death penalty. So he's very careful as to what he could say that could wind up getting weighed to respond, something that could be used against him later, because they're both parties are aware that sessions like this are recorded.
Get your shit together. I hope you do the right thing. And now I feel like that's taken away again. Okay? And we both know that it's gone. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, there's
Hey guys, I want to also mention something too. Remember, guys, he said he waited a couple of days to see him because I believe that he knows that Wade's a heavy drug user, meth, a couple other drugs. So he knows, or he's trying to claim, the father is trying to say that you're not who you are who you really are when you're on these drugs. When you're sober, you're a different person. So if you think about that, that's a very smart move from the father to wait a couple of days for his son to sober up so he can communicate with them. But it also can add later on to a defense where basically he could say, hey, you know what? As you could tell, this wasn't my son. You know, this was the drugs. This was his mental health. But I know my son. Basically, I know my son when he's not on these things. So I think when you see later on, when you try to see how he sees his son as the sober person, the person he believes has a good heart, and then the monster. But the monster is not directly the fault of his son, but rather the mental health or the drugs that he takes. So that's right. He tries to separate the two. He tries to separate the sober son. So that's the son that has a heart, the son that cares, from the monster he becomes. And I want you guys to note throughout that Wade Wilson, and you got to pay attention, is he embraces that monster perspective. And I'll point that out later on, but I just want to put it out there now, though. He embraces it, and you'll see, because usually when someone starts to kind of claim that, you would see some remorse or some regret, and you don't want someone to keep calling you that, but he continues to ask questions to further validate that. And there's something else that happens later on when he talks to the officers that I think I have a unique perspective on that. Okay, so hold on.
Okay. It's one thing, son, to fuck up, whatever, you know, but it's another thing to lose your fucking mind, son.
Again, playing that out. The mental health.
You lost your mind. Listen, I can't even talk about, I can't even like say it, right? Because listen to me.
So guys, again, I know he's trying to say that maybe he can't even talk about it because how it could affect him, but also he can't even talk about it because they're being recorded right now. So he has to be careful.
Amazon AI is a brand new income system where you don't sell physical products. So no inventory.
Right.
Hold on. This is hard to regulate.
You're so much like me.
Let me just fast
you. Okay.
Wind a little
bit. It's one thing, son, to fuck up, whatever, you know, but it's another thing to lose your fucking mind, son. Yeah, okay? And you lost your mind. You lost your mind. Listen, I can't even talk about, I can't even like say it, right? Because it hurts me so bad to know what happened. Yeah, okay? And I know you. I don't care what anybody says. You're so much like me in so many ways that I know you.
So remember, guys, he's trying to separate who he knows, who he thinks he knows. So let's say the sober Wade from the Wade that's, you know, drugged up or maybe some mental health concerns. So he tries to draw that separation now. He even relates himself to him in an effort to draw that separation.
Yeah, I know. And I know where you were mentally. Yeah, I know it. And I know that that's not you. Okay? So anybody that knows you knows that that's not you. Yeah. Everybody who knows you knows what makes you like that. Yeah. And that's the problem.
And as he said, what makes you like that? So again, it's a bit of a shift of accountability. And I think he kind of wanted that there. I think that's very planned in case it ever gets picked up later on or used later on. Again, I know this already happened, but just saying in the moment here, that was very planned. You know, he wanted to make sure that he can get those words out. And of course, Wade Wilson picks up on that immediately and basically says, like, I know that's not me. So I that's just the father just trying to protect his son in that manner.
Yeah. So for me now, I'm here, Wade, because I love you. Yeah. And I'm not going anywhere. Okay. All right. I hope so. Listen, I can sit here and judge you. I can sit here and be mad at you, but that's not going to fix nothing. That's not going to solve nothing. Yeah. Okay. Now we have to be factual with each other, and we have to be like level-headed. Yeah. And we have to make wise choices. Okay. So let's be real. Where you went the other night, yeah, my biggest fear, yeah, and my biggest worry was you were going to go there again. Yeah. And the pain, listen, I'm not saying this to whatever, but the pain that you have caused, son, the pain that you have caused, I can't even describe to you. Yeah. It's something that'll never be forgotten. So, you know, you got, first of all, I talked to your mom.
So, guys, I know a lot of people thinking that he could be building a kind of rapport with him right now in an effort to get him to admit to where Ruiz's body is. But I truly do think that Wade does not feel remorse, does not feel guilt. It's very superficial for him. So I think at this point, even though the effort could be to build a rapport, or maybe it could be a father's attempt to protect his son from what could be a death penalty later on, I don't think that's what really motivates him to admit where the body is. And as the video progresses, I'm going to get to that point where I feel that this is what motivated him. It's not all this here, even though we're going to play it out. It's something else. And again, he could be taking his father along for the ride at this point, but I'll make note of where I feel was the true motivation. I think this guy, Wade, loves attention. And I think a lot of people know that. And I'm going to mention where the attention plays out in this video. And basically what I think was the motivation for him to report or work with the detectives to discover the body of Ruiz.
Oh, did you? Both of them. Yeah. Oh, both of them? Both of them. Yeah. And they both are heartbroken, son. Heartbroken. Your sisters? Yeah. I mean, that's what bothers me, okay? And listen, I want to ask you a serious question. Yeah. And I want you to be honest with me. Fuck all the other shit. Yeah. I want you to put your sister, put Whitney in this situation. Yeah, I know. What would you do, son? If that was your daughter, or that was your sister, or that was your mom, whatever. You already know what time it is. You already know that. I know the love you have for her, especially. Yeah. Okay. And it's caused mass fucking destruction, son. Yeah. So what's done is done. I don't know. I'm here to help you.
So remember, guys, that's key there. He's here to help him. So everything he's doing right now is an effort to help his son. So what's the best way to help his son is to make sure that his son does not get the death penalty. So remember, I'm here to help you. He didn't say he's here to help the victims. He didn't say he's here to help the police. He's saying he's here to help his son. And again, that could be something for rapport building. You know, we talked about that. But I feel with someone like Wade Wilson, Wade Wilson is not going to connect to emotions like we will, you know. So I don't think when the father's trying to project his feelings onto his son, the son's not going to feel it. He'll play the card, but we may be the father may be thinking too much of himself and how he hopes that the person will feel this way and project. But this person here, Wade, doesn't feel things the way we would. And the reason why I also believe that another avenue is because if it wasn't mental health that made him do it, if it was his mental health, or if it was drugs or whatever it is, you figure at this point when he's sober and the father gives him this wake-up call, he'd be breaking down a bit, totally remorseful. And you don't see that. I think I won't even say it's guilt that they avoid eye contact or he avoids eye contact, because that's a bunch of malarkey too. I think he kind of avoids the eye contact because he just doesn't buy into that human connection. So I think he feels that maybe he can hide himself a little bit by avoiding the eye contact. And again, it's not because he feels guilt. It's because he's figuring he can hide himself so his true self doesn't get revealed, which may be someone that doesn't have any emotion or connection to what he's done. But again, right now it's the father projecting, hoping that his son feels the same way.
Okay, I'm here to help you 100%. Yeah. If I wasn't here to help you, I wouldn't have drove here for 3 hours, and I've been sitting up here for 2.5 hours.
Remember, guys, he said, I'm here to help you 100%. So that's everything about helping Wade at this point.
Wait and see. Yeah, I know. I know that. And I wouldn't have done that if I don't love you. I know. And I wouldn't have tried with you if I didn't love you. Yeah. But now, I went and talked to an attorney today. Did you? Yeah, this morning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But there's a few things, son, that have to happen. Okay. Okay. And only you can do that. Yeah. We got to fix it.
Now, you notice we got to fix it, I believe, is finding Ruiz's body, but he's not going to say that. He's just going to say, we got to fix it. So he's very careful how he words everything. And you notice once he said, I have an attorney, that was probably the first question that Wade kicks back was, did you? Because now he could see a benefit from all this. Now he's interested. Now he's interested because now he sees a benefit. So even though we got to fix it, it was very smart for the father to prove or to showcase that there's a benefit behind it all. So basically by doing this, I got a lawyer who can help us out. So even if Wade does do the right thing, he's not doing the right thing because he wants to do the right thing. And I have another motive behind it, but just for the scenario here, he's doing it because there could be a benefit behind it, which would be getting a lawyer. So the father mentioned that, and then that's what gets his attention. So it's the benefit. It's another way to avoid total responsibility. So and watch, because he'll start asking, and this is where you truly get who Wade is. For me, is when he tries to push for the body, Wade is going to say, or he says, we got to fix it. The father said, we got to fix it. Wade's going to say, well, if I do this, what will the lawyer? What do I get from the lawyer? What will the lawyer do for me? Like it's like making the discovery of the body is not about, you know, what's right and bringing some closure to the family, but rather what can I benefit from it? That's why all this connection with that's being made with Wade Wilson at this very beginning, it's all superficial, because if you could see as we progress, he needs to benefit from something. And again, sometimes we may project our own beliefs or how we feel or how we may react onto someone else, thinking that they feel the same way. And I just don't feel it with Wade.
Because what you do under the influence of shit, when you lose your mind, that's one thing.
There he goes, how he emphasized that again. You guys see that? Because when you do things under the influence or when you lose your mind, so that, again, it's lessening full accountability and could be something utilized later on, when which may have been utilized later on, actually. But again, it's minimizing accountability. But also could be, as I said, he's trying to get him to, admit where the body is. But that's not really what, none of this connection here is what pushes Wade to tell the detectives where the body is. I'll tell you what. One is the lawyer. Lawyer's a piece of it. The lawyer's a piece of it. But there's something else.
Yeah, but you're sober now.
And
I've had a lot of detectives try to come and talk to me. I know. Yeah, I know that. But listen to me, son.
You notice when he said, I got a lot of detectives coming up to talk to me. I think that's the first hint that he loves attention. It's not in context there. It'll be in context when I mention something later on. But when you watch the video and then go back and watch it again, you'll notice that sometimes when he says, I got the detectives looking at me, or I'm on the news all the time, whatever it is, I think he likes to brag about it. I think he likes to be that center of attention. So when he says, I got a lot of detectives on me, I think he just kind of like letting his father know I'm still in that limelight.
We got to fix it. Well, how do you want me to fix it? We got to fix it, son. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know. Listen, we got to fix it, son. I'm here to help you fix it because I'm going to tell you why we got to fix it. 3 reasons. Yeah. That 15-year-old boy that's missing his fucking mom right now. Yeah. Who is about to fucking lose his shit because he's waiting on his fucking mom to walk back in that door. Yeah. We got to fix it. That fiance who's waiting on his
I don't think Wade connects to that. And I know the father could be utilizing it, thinking he does. I don't think Wade connects to that. I don't think that would be a driver for him.
To come home, we got to fix it. Yeah. And the only way, Wade, that you are going to get any fucking leniency.
That's the thing. The only way you're going to get any leniency. So he tries to play the soft card, but then he also mentions the leniency. So that's the condition. So now that's what he's going to connect to.
Is to fix this shit, okay? The first situation is what it is. You can't fix that. The damage is done, okay? But
do you notice that when he said about leniency, that's when Wade stops moving? Because now Wade has a question he wants to ask that it relates to what benefits him if he turns in the body. You notice when he's playing, or if he says where the body is, you know, the whole time when he's playing this route and the father's talking about, you know, the son and all this other stuff, he's kind of going back and forth, not really connected. But the moment he brings up the leniency, now there's a benefit. Now that gets his attention. Now he straightens up.
Your boy that's missing his fucking mom right now. Yeah. Who is about to fucking lose his shit because he's waiting on his fucking mom to walk back in that door. Yeah. We got to fix it. That fiance who's waiting on his wife to come home, we got to fix it. Yeah. And the only way, Wade, that you are going to get any fucking leniency is to fix this shit, okay? The first situation is what it is. You can't fix that. The damage is done, okay? But there's one thing with this situation that you can make things better. Yeah. Okay? All right. And I'm here for you. I will help you step by step. What's your attorney going to do if I fix it?
There it is. There it is. So the moment that he said about the leniency, he starts thinking in his mind, okay, wait, maybe we have something here. And then the father emphasizes, I got to show you this again, guys, because it is important. He's kind of going back and forth here. This doesn't work for him. This ain't really connected to him. I'm sorry, it's not.
On his fucking mom to walk back in that door. Yeah, we gotta fix it. That fiance who's waiting on you.
Yeah, right, whatever. That
we
doesn't.
Gotta fix it. Yeah, and the only way, Wade, that you are gonna get any fucking leniency.
There it is.
Is to fix this shit.
And then after he says leniency, the father mentions something else that really gets his attention, because father mentions leniency. Now, leniency from what? Now, watch what the father says here that really gets his attention.
Okay. The first situation is what it is. You can't fix that. The damage is done. Okay. But there's one thing with this situation that you can make things better. Yeah. Okay. All right. And I'm here for you. I will.
So the moment he says so, he's not even listening to his father anymore. He's got so basically, how am I going to be helped? And now for me, when he asks this question about what the lawyer can do for him, this for me sets the context of why he's doing what he's going to do, why he's going to maybe work with the detectives. It's not because of all this remorse. It has nothing to do with that. It's just he feels that he can get some benefit from whatever the leniency would be, which I think would be death penalty off and a life sentence, because there's no doubting the life sentence is probably going to happen at this point.
step by step. What's the attorney going to do if I fix it? You going to take my case? Well, yeah. I mean, I got to pay him. All right. What do you mean? All right, I'll fix it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying.
And that connected it. Once he finds out the attorney going to take his case, all right, then I'll fix it. It's that simple. You should have told me the attorney was going to take my case. Then I'll fix it. So, I mean, here we are. The son's waiting for the mother to come home, the fiance, all these other things going on. But that doesn't matter. That's the human heart. That doesn't matter. Because now think about it. I get that may not approach the monster side, the one that's on drugs, the mental health one. But this is a guy you just admitted is sober. He's fine. So why is he not connecting to that human element? It's because he doesn't connect to it. But the moment you mention that there's a benefit is the moment now he's willing to be the nice guy. So I don't think it's just the drugs or mental health. I think he is who he is. And I think the drugs or even if there is a mental health, I think just that showcases who he is. It limits the inhibition.
You're not a dummy, okay? Yeah, I know that. You're not a dummy, goddammit. I know that. I know. And
attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
And, you know, everybody in this goddamn state, fuck that, everybody in this state, not this town, everybody in this state thinks you're a monster. Yeah, no. Okay? So, yes, you did some monster shit.
Now, guys, that doesn't even affect him. Everybody in the state thinks you're a monster. Yeah, I know. It doesn't even affect him. It just doesn't affect him.
Yeah. But you know what? You can show them that when you fucking got your shit back together up here, yeah, you have remorse and you fixed it, son. Right?
I think at this point, the father's also, and again, I love what the father's doing. It's just a perspective. It's coaching him too. It's kind of telling him what you got to do. Like basically, this wasn't you, now you got your shit together. Now you show them who you really are. So I think there's a kind of like a coaching here. I'm not saying this was premeditated, this whole dialogue, but I think the father has multiple plans here that he's trying to accomplish. One is to get the body, of course, but one is also to protect his son in the process. And because remember, that because he said, I'm going to help you 100%. So basically, that's the goal, is his son is coming first.
Okay. So, goddamn it, I love you. I'm not going to leave your side. I'm not going to fucking throw you to the wolves. All right, man. But you got to understand something. Did they put the story on the news and everything?
Now, this to me is the main motivation why he's going to go ahead and work with the detectives. He asks, did they put this on the news? Because this is his thing. He loves to get attention. And then when the father's going to state, yeah, they put it on the news, but they didn't say it was you. They just put it on the news. Eventually, he's going to go to the two officers and say, hey, did you watch the news? And they're like, no. I think he was hoping that he could tell the officers, hey, if you watched the news, and they said yes, hey, you know about that person that killed the two girls? Oh, yes, we watched that. Well, that was me. I think this guy wants to say what he's done. And I think when he goes to the officers later on and he says, hey, did you watch it? And they say, no, it doesn't give him the opportunity to say, hey, yeah, what you watched on the news before with the two girls, that was me that did it. And I think the reason why he wants to discover Ruiz's, he wants to help the detectives discover Ruiz's body is because he wants his name connected to that. I truly believe that. He wants his name connected to that because it goes right into this dialogue here. Am I on the news or everything? Yeah. And then when he says that your name wasn't mentioned, I mean, when they take a break and he goes up and talks to the officer, the first thing he says, hey, did you watch it? And then he says it again. And he's hoping, I think, that the officer could say that they watched it so he could say, hey, well, did you watch that crime with the kill of the two girls? Yeah, well, that was me. I think he wanted to say that. And it's sad that we're not going to catch that because the officers didn't watch the news, but that's what he was doing. And I think what happens is he wants his name in the news. And I think that's the main motivator. That, as well as what could be the leniency from the lawyer. But I think the main motivator is the attention here.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the only thing about it. Yeah, it's on the news. Okay? Yeah. It's on the news. They reported, the first girl and all that. Yeah. The second one is all over the makes me so sick. Wait, I haven't slept. I haven't slept since the minute you and I got off the phone. Yeah. I haven't been to fucking sleep. Yeah. Yeah, it's broken my heart. That shit is real.
I don't know. I could be wrong on this, guys, but this is me playing paranoid. I think when the conversation starts to get to a point where it looks like he could be admitting what he's done, the father claims that, maybe I'm getting too far with this, and the father starts to claim that he's tired because he wants to be very careful what he says.
Everything? Yeah.
Okay. You almost get an admission here.
Here's the only thing about it. Yeah, it's on the news. Yeah. It's on the news. They reported, the first girl and all that. Yeah. The second one is all over the news, but they haven't named you. Yeah, I know. Yeah. They haven't done that. Yeah. Which is a good thing. Yeah. They haven't
now you're starting to realize it now. Now all of a sudden maybe you're starting to pull back.
So sick. Wait, I haven't slept.
I think he almost slipped. I could be wrong, guys, but I think he almost slipped.
Yeah,
he catches himself.
My heart. That shit is written.
Now the dialogue shifts.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I know that's not your intention, and I know who you are.
Now he goes back to covering him up. I know it wasn't you.
Yeah, I know. I just want you. Listen, was that the hardest decision I ever had to make? Yeah, for sure. Probably, yeah. But you know what? You made some mistakes along the way, and that put me in a bad situation. Yeah. And put other people in bad situations, like Mila and all these other people.
Sometimes mistakes are ways to minimize or downplay as opposed to saying what they've really done. But I think there's some shifts here now because I think he almost slipped up with that dialogue with the news, and now it's just shifting. And then his goal now is to kind of I want to lose my son here. Let me start backtracking a little bit, and go back to, I know that wasn't you, your mental health and all this other stuff.
Has anybody talked to Mila? No. Okay. I did send her a message. She never responded. So yeah. I don't know if you want me to relay a message. I can. Yeah, please. Tell her I love her. I can send it. Yeah. I know she'll read it, but that doesn't mean she'll respond. All right. Okay. So, but that's what I mean. These people are looking at you like one thing right now. Yeah. Oh wait, the fucking monster. Like, you're sober and you're getting your thoughts back right now. Yeah. You can fix it, son.
That's the separation. The monster and the son. The sober is the son. The monster is either the mental health concerns or the drugs.
Okay. So what do you want me to do? I mean, when we got to kidnap that lady home to her family, son. All right, then. Okay. She's got to go home to her family because, you imagine your mom. That your mom's biggest fear was that she was going to get this fucking call one day that her son is gone. Hey, what did my real mom say? Well, listen, she's in a bad place already. Yeah. But she's devastated. It's different, son. Listen, I look at you now. You're a good-looking kid. You're a big kid. You're tatted up. All this shit. Yeah. But I can't get the thought of you as a baby out of my head. Seeing you born, holding you. That's my thoughts. I don't fucking look at you like a monster. I look at you like my son. Yeah. Okay. The blood that runs through your veins, you can't change it, and I can't change it. Okay. Yeah. So no matter what anybody says or judges you or whatever, we can't change that, and we're bonded for life because of that. Right. Then. And same with your mom. And she loves you, and she's. Well, I'll tell you what. If you reach out to the right people today, and you tell them to come talk to me tonight, I'll do it tonight.
Guys, as I said, he's rushing through everything his father's saying. All right, Dad. All right, whatever. He wants the attention now. So as you can see, even when his father's saying all these heartfelt things, he's rushing through it. All right, Dad. All right. And then basically connect me with the media and let's get my story out there.
No, but well, they asked me yesterday. They said they wanted me to take them on a ride yesterday. But listen. You got, which phone did you have? Did you have the first phone or the second phone? Oh. When they got you? No, neither one. I had neither when they got you. Okay. I had used them, but I didn't have either phone when they got me. Well, they went through my phone. Yeah. Because they were looking for that phone number, and I said, he called me. The only time you called me was from that print place. Yeah. That and from that house phone. Yeah, but you bought that, so I don't know that number. But I whatever you want me to do. If you want me to tell them, I'll tell them. When you leave here, I want you to tell them right away because I want to just get it over with tonight. Well, I know. But listen, do you want me to be with you? Yeah, if they let you. Yeah. If they let you, fuck yeah. I can call Detective Bell, and I can tell her. What? Yeah, tell her that we need to meet. And listen to me, son. Yeah. Listen, you think it's I know you don't think it's a game, but as painful as it's going to be for those people, not knowing is harder for them.
I feel like at this point he's already admitted to doing it. Now we're kind of overselling it, and again, just kind of looking at things from different perspectives. I still believe that he wants to talk to those detectives because he wants that attention. I truly believe that's what it is. He's not connecting to the things that we would normally connect to. And then as I was talking to Russ before too, even with the fathers want to be next to him, I don't think this is, it could be an effort to be next to him when he makes this hard decision, but rather I'm the one that got him to confess. I'm the one that got him to show you where his body is. So, it's all, there's millions of motives why people do things. So this is just a perspective.
That little boy's been on that fucking news. Yeah. Just crying for his mama's son. Are you kidding me? No, dude, I'm not fucking kidding you, Wade.
So, I mean, his question, are you kidding me? He's crying for his mother. Why would he say, are you kidding me? What would you expect the boy to be doing? The boy is heartbroken. He's missing his mother. Of course, he's crying for his mother. So the question, are you kidding me, is just, it's a, I don't know, deflection. I don't know. It's just not an appropriate question in context.
It's fucking heartbreaking. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe a false sense of empathy.
And I don't, whatever. Was that just random as fuck? Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was.
See, I think they're pushing the random thing because that wasn't you. So it's not making sure it wasn't premeditated. I mean, this is just a well-planned dialogue. Was that random? And that basically, of course it was random. Oh, so it wasn't premeditated. That means you were in the right mindset. So it's, again, later on, it's never used in court, which I know we went through the case anyway. I'm just going back as 2019 before the case was heard. Random attack. Oh, so it definitely wasn't you or it wasn't premeditated. It just opens up the door because I know they know that these dialogues are recorded.
I knew it was. Yeah. You lost your goddamn mind.
There it is again.
Yeah, it was
minimizing of
you lost your mind, son. Yeah. And I know you're getting it back, but you got to fix it. And my biggest fear was with you. My biggest fear was that you were going to lose it and go on a rampage. And I just about did.
And I think he feeds into this. I think the moment he says the father's like, and you're going to lose, you go on a rampage, he absorbs this. He likes that. I really do think that Wade likes when the father says that. He embraces that monster image or that rampage. Just watch a little bit of that. That's important too.
But as painful as it's going to be for those people, not knowing is harder than it was going. The call here? Yeah, do that. Office. Do that.
All right. Hold on, guys. Let me get back to the rampage part because that's important.
Good work. I know. And I fucking knew right away where it was going. Yeah. And because I love you, and because at least I want to be able to come see you. Yeah. I can't come see you in the ground.
Wait, hold on, guys. I gotta rewind a little bit more. I want to show you that part with the rampage.
I knew it was. Yeah.
Let me start from here.
You lost your goddamn mind. Yeah. Yeah, it was really okay. Yeah. You lost your mind, son. Yeah. And I know you're getting it back, but you got to fix it. And my biggest fear was with you. My biggest fear was that you were going to lose it and go on a rampage. Yeah, not just about this. That's what I was doing. I know you were heading there. Yeah, I was. Okay? So listen, if you want to be mad at me, I get it. But listen, I'm not mad at you. I already knew. I knew right away I was going to do more. I know. And I fucking knew right away where it was going. Yeah. And because I love you, and because at least I want to be able to come see you.
So like I was going to do more. I think he embraces it. I mean, it's just a feeling I have. He embraces when his father said that. He didn't resist that. He didn't break down from it. He embraced it, like accepted. Like I was going to do more. I mean, imagine if, you know, you didn't really understand that side of you. I mean, it's like at that point here, he knows when he takes the drugs or whatever it is, if this is the case, that this is who he becomes. And that maybe that's someone he wants to be because that gives him the ability to do more. That's why he has no problem saying that, because he's accepted that. Where if that was someone that wouldn't normally do that, I don't think they'd be quick to say that, because that means that you'd be revealing them as a bigger monster. So I think that they would be taken back by that. Like, man, what am I really capable of doing? Where this person here is very well aware of what he's capable of doing. I actually feel that he embraces it. He likes that image.
Yeah. I can't come see you in the ground. And I already knew what time it was and where it was going. I know that. Okay. So you're smart. You know that. You were right. Listen, I know my son. Yeah, you were right, man. I know my son. You were fucking right. So you're dead ass right. Listen, we just gotta fix it. Listen. Yeah, when you get out of here, if you contact them, tell them I want them to come talk to me immediately. Hang on, because I can make.
Yeah, so now he wants that attention. I really think so. He's pushing for the father. You're right there. Right. Let me get that attention. Come on, Dad. You know, get the news out here. Let's get it out there because I want my name out there.
We tell somebody to make a call here. Yeah, do that. Office. Do that. All right.
I watch the first thing he does. First thing he does is
not done yet.
Try to find out if you've been watching the news.
You just talked to somebody in the office real quick. He's coming back. You've been watching the news lately? Not at all.
So we don't get that. We don't get what we want. But I think he went over there and asked that guy, "You watching the news?" And the guy said, "No." Okay, that didn't get what he wanted. I think what he wanted was, "You watch news?" Yeah. Hey, did you see that thing about the two girls? Yeah. Well, that was me, and there's going to be a story on about it later on today. Watch. I think that's really what he's doing. He wants to get that attention, especially in the jail.
Hold on. I'm trying. Right. Let me tell you. No, it's fine. Don't hang the phone up. I won't hang up. I won't.
Does it again. See?
No.
That totally is an attention grab. He's now we're gonna make it happen. Hey, you know, this is gonna be on the news later today. You should watch it. That's me. But this person didn't. The officer there didn't feed into it. Now I don't know anything about the two girls, so he couldn't feed into the what he wanted, which was the attention.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. I'm proud of you, son. Thanks, Dad. Okay. I'm proud of you. Listen, we'll get through it. All right. We'll fix it, and we'll do the best that we can do with this situation. All right, Dad. Okay. Yeah, man. Listen. Why are you in the goddamn suit?
Okay, guys. Notice that he's rushing through the dialogue now, because now he wants to get this thing moving with the discovery of the body, so he can get himself right back in there. So he wants things moving. So he's telling, all right, Dad, we're done. Let's go. Now it's more of rushing through it because he's got something else in his mind that he wants to get accomplished, which is basically talking to those detectives and get himself back on the news.
Well, can I honestly tell you, because I thought nobody was gonna like help me out, Dad, and they feed me better in here. So I swear to God, they give me bigger taste. So if I don't.
So, by the way, his first reason why he's on constant watch, or whatever this watch is because they feed him better. That's going to shift later when he decides to talk about his medication. But the first thing he says is, "Oh, they feed me better. That's why I'm here." And then later on, it's going to be about the what do you call it? The medication. I think he tries to use this first story about, well, they feed me better here, so he can maybe get his father to put money on his book so he can get him more food, because that happens right after he says this. He's gonna say, well, they feed me better, or they feed me better here, and his father's like, well, I don't want you in this suit, whatever it is. Well, hey, maybe you could put some money on my books. And then later on, it's about his medication.
If I don't get any canteen, at least I can eat.
There it is.
Yeah, I told my wife. I said,
see what he did there, guys? So look at the guilt on that one too. It didn't play off with the father. The father doesn't give him it. But basically, why you want this watch, son? Because they don't feed me right, you know? Oh, okay. And, you know, basically, if I don't get any money on my canteen. So basically, if his dad doesn't put the money on his canteen, he's going to find himself on suicide watch. Eventually, when the father says he's going to put money on his books, he's going to shift his story. It's no longer about the food anymore. It's about mental health care.
How do you, son? Thanks, Dad. Okay. How do you? Listen, we'll get through it. All right, we'll fix it. And we'll do the best that we can do with this situation. All right, Dad. Okay? Yeah, man. Listen, why are you in the goddamn suit? Well, can I honestly tell you, because I thought nobody was gonna like help me out, Dad, and they feed me better in here. So if I swear to God, they give me bigger trays. So if I don't get any canteen, at least I can eat. Yeah, I told my wife. I said, I know my son. Yeah, and I know when he fucking comes out of this shit. Yeah. Where he's going to be up top. Yeah, I'm better now. What they say? Yeah. No, hold on one second. Sorry.
See, he's engaged in that because head up and everything because he wants to get that interview. He wants to be on the news. So he's very engaged in that. More engaged than he was when it comes to feeling guilt for what he's done.
Okay. So what she's saying to me, Wade, is they're probably going to see you in the facility, so they won't let me come be with you. That's fine. But are they coming tonight? She said, I'll be in the lobby.
I like how quick he brushes off the father being there. Like you figure that could be a big emotional move. You know, it'd be good to have his father there. But the moment the father says, I can't go because there's a fight, it's like, okay, that's fine. Not a problem. Not even like, oh, it's something they can do. Nothing. It's just, that's fine. Because this isn't about the father-son connection. This is about him. He wants to be the center of attention.
We go. I'll wait tonight. Are they coming tonight? Are they on their way now? Okay. And are they need to come? They need to come. Tell them I want to do it tonight. Hold on one second. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, all right. So she's gonna call them and they'll come. But they'll come. Listen, they're gonna come. Trust me. They're gonna come. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that ego. They're gonna come. Trust me. That is an ego-driven statement right there. There's the context. If ever you need context, they're gonna come. Trust me, because I'm that important. Because I'm that important. They're gonna come. Trust me.
Listen to me. I just will you put some money in my book?
And there it goes. Yeah. This has nothing to, I'm telling you guys, nothing to do with no human connection. And then it goes right into, hey, I guess this attempt for me being on constant watch where I try to manipulate for some money for canteen didn't work. So now this is going to be just more of a directive. I couldn't manipulate you into doing it. So now what I'm going to do is just outright ask for it because he couldn't make his father feel guilty. So I'll just, hey, put money on my books.
All right. So she's gonna call them and they'll come. But they'll come. Listen, they're gonna come. Trust me.
Yeah, cocky
but listen to me. I just will you put some money in my books? I can some bullshit. Yeah, will you? All right. Yeah, I'll do this, man. You can't fucking order nothing with that. Yeah, I can. I'm getting out of here tomorrow. Are you sure you're getting out? Yeah, man. I'm getting out tomorrow, bro. They come talk to me every day. They want to let me go every single day. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go yet. Okay, but listen. If you're not ready to go, don't go.
So now you see what the father did. Now, if you're not ready to go, don't go. That's great. Now now his story is going to shift. It's going to be about the mental health watch.
I'll just call you when I need some money or something. I'll call you, man.
I'll just call you when I need money. Not for support. I'll just call you when I need money.
Yeah, whatever. I just was sleeping. I'm ready now. The only reason I did this is because they put me on my medication quicker when you do this.
Wow, that shifted. I thought the only reason why he did it was because they get better food. But now he's got his father giving him money for a canteen. So, hey, the only reason why I did this is because they give my medication quicker. And that's great for someone who's a former drug addict as well. To maybe that's a concern too. You know, that maybe he's not truly finished with those demons, supposedly, because this is the way he can get his meds.
That's it.
But listen to me. All I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
Those psychotropic meds could be powerful.
Right
I'm ready. I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
I'm not even saying for that reason. I'm saying for you. Stop worrying about people.
Yeah.
Worry about you up top. Okay. Listen.
See, guy, how he's more energetic and shifting now because he's want to get out there. He wants to get back in that news. He wants that fame.
If you're not ready and you need some time, dude, listen, it's been a rough week, dog.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, son?
Yeah, it has.
It's been a rough week.
So what did, listen, man, what did Kenny and Steve say when you talked to her?
She cried, right?
She's devastated.
She cried.
I know.
She cried.
It's like he feeds off that. She's devastated. So those would be I believe those are his adopted parents. And basically she's devastated. Yeah, I know. It's like he's proud of it. Because again, he's someone I believe that wants to be the center of attention, maybe even their life. So I think he feeds off of other people who, again, they're devastated over me. Oh, that's great, because at least they feel I'm still the center of their attention. No matter what type of attention I'm getting, I'm still the center of it. So when he says she's devastated, I know. He just, there's no accountability there. It's not like, well, is there anything I could do? Should I talk to her? No, it's just, I know. She's devastated. There's no remorse.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't talk to Steve, but she cried.
No.
I know, I bet, because I'm that important.
You know, I talked to her the next morning, and I
said,
I'm going to see him.
What can I do then, Dad?
I just need his mind to clear up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see him.
How many days has it been? 3 days?
Well, today's Thursday. So, I mean, Monday, they got
Monday?
Tuesday morning early, like 12:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been 3 days, but.
All right. Well, I haven't. I'll be able to what we're talking about. I'll be able to show them, but it's going to take me a minute because I don't know the area. I just know because I know like where I went. You know what I mean? I'll be able to figure it out. I just have to have them bring me one place, and then I can find the place from that place.
Is she far from the purse?
No.
Well, they're listen. So here's the thing. Listen to them. They're gonna find her.
I know. Eventually.
Okay, so for you to just say, you know what, I'm good.
And guys, you could tell this is really about protecting the son too, because I mean they're talking about a dead body. There's no emotion connected to either one of them. So I know the father really wants to, you know, hopefully he could use this later to say, hey, offer the body, maybe I can get a lawyer to cut a deal. So basically, death penalty becomes. I think it's something. I really truly think it's about the death penalty versus the life sentence. So I think the father's just. It's a body that's going to help my son. So come on, give the body up so it can help my son. So I don't think he's connected to it, even though he is doing the right thing. Don't get me wrong. But his focus, like he said, is 100%. He wants to help his son.
Grown-ass man, and I fucked up. And I want to make this family whole.
Yeah.
No, they're hurting, son.
Yeah.
You can fix that part
All
of
right.
it, okay?
All right.
You can fix that. And listen, just think about it if it was your mom and your sister.
Yeah.
How you left her?
He doesn't connect this.
Would you want
Wait.
Sandy or fucking Whitney or
You
Wendy?
promise you're not going to leave me, Dad, in here?
I'm not going to leave you. Why would I fucking leave you?
Well, I don't know, man. You know when I called you before, you know what?
Yeah, because you call me in the middle of the day when I'm working. Call me
All
with your shit.
Okay?
Promise that you're not going to leave me. I can use more about the attention side of it all too.
You know?
All right.
But listen,
I will.
I'm not going to leave you.
All right, man. That's the biggest thing I worry about that because that happened last time. That's what I worry about.
Am I mad at you?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Am
yeah.
I fucking hurt as fuck?
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do I love you?
Yeah.
Yes. And does love override all that shit?
Yeah.
Sure.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It overrides everything.
I believe that.
But listen.
Okay.
But part of that, son, is doing the right thing.
All right.
As hard as it is. Listen, do you think where I've been in my life?
Yeah.
See, I don't think all this connects.
That was easy for me.
No.
He's doing it for the attention.
Definitely not.
That was the first time.
Probably the hardest. Was that the first time?
The first time.
Yeah.
And the only time. And it was my son.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the one and only fucking reason was I knew what was coming.
How do you know? That's crazy you said that.
You're
right.
Son.
You were right.
I knew what you were going to do.
Yeah. That's why I went. That's why after the first one, I said, okay, number two, then number three.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why.
And you know what's crazy, son?
What's that?
The people's house that you went in,
Yeah.
they just left.
But you see, guys, how he feeds into the crime. Like, how'd you know that? Yeah, I was going to do another one. I was going to know. It's like he brags about it. So I think he really does embrace the monster image, and that kind of, the father kind of leads into that too, because the monster image is not the sober image. So he builds a separation. So even if he embraces it, it's still not who the father claims his son really is.
No.
They fucking just left.
Just left.
Ohio.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, I believe it.
Think what happened when you went in that fucking house.
Oh, everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
Okay?
Yeah.
So listen, you're my
Look how easily he says that. I would just have killed everybody. I've just taken out everybody. And I think that the father's using this as a way to also push the sober versus the one that's either have mental health or drugs concerns. So it works out for the father, because then he's got the son agreeing that, you know, that this wasn't me to some extent, even though we know it's definitely a part of him.
Yeah.
And I believe in this, like, listen, how do you think, that there were times when I would reach you or find out about you, because I would get such a strong feeling in my body.
I know, you could tell.
And I would fucking reach out and I would search and I would find you and I would make sure you were at least alive.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
I know.
So,
we're on the same wavelength.
Right.
Yeah.
And I automatically knew. And I told my wife, I said, oh shit. I said, babe, listen. And I talked to her. I said, what the fuck do I do? I said, that's my son.
Yeah.
Am I hurt? Am I angry with what happened? For sure. But I'm having a really hard time doing this.
Yeah.
And she said, just think about it. If that was your mom, your sister, your daughter, and that, you know. And then I thought about, he's gone. And he's going, and he's going to take off. Yeah. And then I worried they were going to kill you. You were going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You were going to hurt these fucking people.
Yeah.
And
all of that was going to happen.
I know it, though. And I just had to do the right thing. And I knew, listen, I'm facing you.
So remember, at the beginning, he was implicit a little bit of reporting it. Now it's a little bit easier for him to say why. So, because now he's got the son on the same wavelength, which I don't really think it even matters to the son anymore. He wants to get out to those detectives. But now he's getting it off his chest now of why he had to call. So it's kind of like the full circle moment.
I know.
And I'm telling you I did it.
I know.
Okay? And I know you're fucking going to be mad at me.
A little bit.
I know it. But Wade, you got to understand.
I'm glad I didn't continue, though, to be honest with you, Dad.
No.
I'm glad I didn't continue. It's like I just feel like another braggart moment. Because we already know if I continued, I'd be killing everyone. It's like something I feel he embraces.
Yeah.
And I know what's in your heart.
I'm glad I didn't continue.
Wait, I know what's in your heart. And you know what? You got a shot right now. But goddamn it, if you would have continued, I promise you, they would have killed you.
They would have killed me.
Or if they didn't kill you on the street, they were going to kill you in store.
Put me in the I know. Put me in the chair. Yeah, I know.
So goddamn it,
I know.
I want to see you. I love you.
How long do you think you're going to get me in prison for this? Right?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to be real with you for sure.
So see, at least that's what I'm saying. The father's for sure, it's life. But there's always that concern for the death penalty. So I think a lot of this dialogue here is also to try to avert that, which makes sense. I mean, it's his father.
You're going to fall under the Prisoner Reoffender Act, son.
Yeah.
And you've got 2.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
And the other thing that's going to hurt you is the brutality of it.
Yeah, it's sick.
Is it that bad?
See that, guys? The brutality of it. Yeah, it's sick. Just another part where I feel he's just bragging about it, you know, so the brutality of it all. Again, he where the father's projecting on him what the father may feel, but I don't think this guy's capable of feeling that. So as soon as he said the brutality, I mean, how would that make you feel if that wasn't a monster in you? But he's like, yeah, that's sick. I mean,
bad with the first one too?
No, the second one's terrible though.
I know.
Second one's terrible though. Not a problem. I could say that with no emotion, no feeling. Oh, but the second one's terrible. Ran over. So there's no emotion connected to that. No depth.
Yeah. Oh, the second one's horrible.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's just a very subtle way to brag.
Yeah.
One thing about it.
Yeah.
One thing about it.
I heard. Listen, I was in the dorm this morning, and I was laying in my bed, and I heard the officer watching it on the news, and I heard them talking about the first girl on the news. Yeah, I heard it. No, I heard them say the name, and they said we're not releasing the information of the person's name who did this, but it was an individual that she let into her house.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
He truly, truly loves that attention. So, guys, a bit of a long breakdown, but I was hoping you guys enjoy it. Guys, nothing's ever 100%. even after the fact. The only people that really know how they feel are the people that are, there in those videos. And it's not, the father doesn't know how Wade feels. Wade doesn't know how the father feels. They only know themselves. So those are good dialogue. Tell me what you think. And as always, guys, the show is Tier Talk. Please be safe.